Oh, it burns. Oh, it burns. Oh, ouch. Yeah, there's a faint line. So I tested positive for COVID, and here's the bull crap about this. Okay, you ready for this? Saturday night, I was PMSing really hard, like really intense premenstrual syndrome. So, I was already feeling kind of not well. And then when I went to bed, I couldn't sleep. I kept having postnasal drip in the back of my throat, and you can hear my voice keeps cracking. And my throat started to get sore, but I thought it was a sore throat because I was doing a lot of clearing my throat and snorting the snot back, which you do when you have postnasal drip. It's that disgusting I'm gonna hock a loogie noise. And so Sunday morning I woke up and got all ready for church, and I had a really bad headache, but I also noticed that I had started my period because I went to the bathroom and I had a pad in because I expected it. So there was some blood on the pad, and I was like, oh great, here we go. And I took my Tylenol, my ibuprofen, because that's the first thing I do when I notice there's blood in the pad, is to take the ibuprofen and the Tylenol, so that it kind of catches the cramps before they get bad. So I did that, and then I felt, a little better, because the cramps were under control, but I still had the sore throat, and I just thought, well, okay, I irritated my throat, and I drank some water, and it kind of felt better, but not really. But me being the dumbass that I am, I went to church because I thought it was just, I irritated my throat. And I went to church and I sang and everything was fine and everything was great. And then, went home and, went through the usual of, oh, I'm having my period, I don't feel good, kind of a feeling, which, I'm like, could I be sick? But I could not take apart what was period feel bad from unwell feel bad, but I never felt like I had a fever, really. And, and it wasn't a sore throat that hurts like where you swallow. I think I said this, but just in case I didn't, it's not down here that hurt. It was like, here's your oral cavity, and like here's your soft palate. It was like right here on my soft palate, the top of my soft palate. So like behind my uvula is what hurt. From behind my uvula up to the bottom of my nasal cavity is what hurt, which was really weird. Really, really weird. And so, I just went about my day going, well, I probably irritated my throat. I didn't think anything of it. I was taking my Tylenol, my ibuprofen, because I was getting my period, and the cramps were starting to ramp up. And then Monday, I woke up, and my throat still hurt. And I thought, well, that's weird. And I was having postnasal drip, but my nose was never clogged. And usually if I'm sick, my nose will clog to the point that I can't breathe. So I just kind of did the usual, like, like that, like I always do in the morning, and snorted it back and swallowed it. And then I took my Tylenol, my ibuprofen, because I was really having cramps then. Okay. So I took my Tylenol and my ibuprofen, and my nose kept feeling like runny, like a little bit runny, and the sore throat was really irritating me. So I took a Benadryl and I broke it in half because I didn't want to be completely zonked because I already felt like crap from my period. I wanted to be somewhat functional. So I took half a Benadryl, and within 45 minutes the sore throat was gone. Like my symptoms just completely disappeared, and I was like, well maybe it's just hay fever. So I just went about with hay fever, and then I started to develop a little bit of a cough. Like, I'm not coughing right now, but, I don't know if I'm getting better from the cough or if there's, like, the calm before another storm is coming or something. I don't know. But I never felt, like, really, really sick, gross sick. So, anyway, I started to get a cough, and my chest was tight feeling, and my chest felt like it does when you've inhaled, like, smoke or some kind of an upsetting chemical to your respiratory system. You know how you feel kind of raw and just, I don't like that. And I was coughing, and it was a wheezy, dry cough, just really annoying cough. And it would come from in my chest and also in the back of my throat, which was irritating as hell. So you know, I coughed off and on throughout the day, and the sore throat kind of went away. So I was like, okay, but the chest feeling was still there, and I'm still having it now. But I was like, okay, well, this is irritating, and my dad was going back and forth to the doctor, so my sister was here. She was also here on Saturday. So, and then today, I found an email from my choir director, John, saying that he tested positive yesterday. And when I was in choir practice, there were people there that didn't come on Sunday because they were out sick. And they had just returned with positive tests, you know, recently. So, there's the cough. There's the cough. There's the coughing. That's the coughing. It's not the wheezy one this time, but sometimes it is. There's the wheezy one. So I'm thinking that I was exposed on Thursday, and then I had a really short chat with John on Sunday across the piano. And we were face to face, but not like face to face. We were across the piano. That's a pretty good distance. But still, you know, I'd walked past him a few times when he had been singing. When you're singing, you are producing a lot of droplets. Now, I was masked, so wow, my throat's really irritated with the dry air. I have my air conditioner on because it's so humid I couldn't see straight. But right now I kind of have a headache and my throat is getting irritated again, and my chest still feels tight and raw. Now, I don't know if I'm psyching myself up because I've got a positive test, or if the swab irritated my airway, or if turning my ear on to dry out the air is irritating my airway, but it feels no different than when I'm in the back half of a cold. But I don't know if I'm going to get worse or if I'm already coming back up from the acute part of it. I don't know. I'm going to test again on Friday, but right now it seems like I do have COVID, and it's probably Omicron. So I'm going to miss Pentecost, it looks like. Maybe. I don't know. The CDC says you don't have to, like, completely isolate if you're vaccinated. So, I don't know. But if I still have a positive test on Friday, because I could have screwed up this one, and it could be a false positive. Could be. So, I'll know for sure on Friday. If I get another positive, I'm going to be sure. And then I'm going to take precautions. But, you know, I am wearing a mask around the house, out of my room, just as a precaution. But I feel like masking now is almost like closing the door after the horse is out of the barn. Because I've been in the sickest part of this probably since Friday. Because you're shedding viruses before you're symptomatic. So, but my dad has not had any symptoms. My mom has not had any symptoms. So they're going to wait till Friday to test. And I'm just going to pray that the vaccine does the work. I'm so sorry, planet Earth. I failed.